Maserati. Something came in the mail today. The gasket came in. Time to finish up that engine. That came in and looks good. It's time to test fit this gasket on there and let's see how it goes. Should fit on there perfectly. Had it the wrong way. Alright, so there it is. Fits perfect. Now I'm going to screw that back on and be done with this. Put oil in here. And then we're going to move on to the carburetor. I'm going to detach that and start cleaning that. And then after that, we'll hit up the back of this. And that thing is working some magic. All this junk is just coming right off. So I'm gonna grab a rag, clean that up, and then brake parts cleaner, save the day. Last thing before I put this cover back on the gears, whenever I took off the cover, the engine I think got misaligned, or it wasn't aligned. So what you want to look for is a little notch in each gear, and you align those together. That's right there, those two. You line those up and that'll make sure everything is running properly. If not, you'll be having problems. So there are the two bolts that need to come off in order to get this off, and there's two more on the other side as well. I'm using just a 10mm wrench. That final screw is off, and now the carburetor will just come off and just disconnect that little piece, and there you are. Alright, before you do anything else, get something long and hard and stick it in there. Well, I mean like cloth, just to block it off from any like excess junk getting in there. You don't want it to get all dirty. And move on to this. First thing first, I'm just going to disconnect this gas hose, and then I'll take the screw off the top of this. And the gasket is okay on there. It's a good thing too, or else I would have had to wait a while for a new one to come in. That would have sucked. So yeah, that's good. Time to start taking it apart and cleaning it. Alright, that hose is off. Set that to the side. Be careful because there's a spring on there, so you don't want that to go flying. Right, there's that. And I don't know if you can see that, but that is looking good. That tip is looking good. Alright, so that's good. I'm going to set this to the side. Pop this cap off. Alright, gasket in here is not looking too good. This gasket, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can see that gasket, but it's got kind of some cracks in it. But seeing as I don't have another one on hand, I'm not going to take it off. I'm just going to leave that on there, clean this up, and then move on from it. Dump it out. And this little pin fell out. I'm just going to stick it back in. cover back on. This gas regulator is going to be unregulated, so I'm probably going to have to look up some way to get that regulated and just tweak it, get it flowing good. And the rest is just spraying. Carburetor is cleaned out, ready to put back on the motor. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to take the pulling string thing. I'm going to get that off. I'm just going to spray all this. There's something on the lens. And then next I'm going to take off this whole side over here, see what's cooking underneath there, and clean that up. Okay, let's see what else is holding this on. Alright, there's a couple bolt here and a bolt here. There's just one more screw on the side, and now this thing will come off. Alright, so that's off. And that's looking nasty. I'm going to hit this all with some air from the air compressor, blow it all out, blow that out, and then after that it's just a matter of cleaning up the rest of this over here. I'm going to check that spark plug, and then after that it should be running. I'm going to put some oil in there, get some gas, and it should run, so fingers crossed, but let's do it. Back on, everything is set up over here. Hopefully this works okay. And now it's time to get some oil in her, fill her up, connect this tube to the tank, and hopefully she purrs. I'm going to be putting in this 10W30 oil, just some typical Universe engine oil. She's thirsty. I want to give it to her. Let's see if this thing starts. Alright, so it did start. That's a good thing. Alright, so that concludes today's video. The motor is finished being cleaned and all fixed up. Check out the next video to see the bike fully put together. Everything's gonna go on there, so check that out. And yeah, this concludes, basically this project's done. Just need to reassemble everything, get everything running smoothly, all the just tweaking stuff, gas flow. If you haven't seen the rest of this build, go check that out, and until next time, salute.